The CFL Gambling Podcast Week 18 preview picks at DFS episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Yes, play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That's TCE SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Eric Metcalf. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome. What's this backdrop, huh? Welcome to the CFL Gambling Podcast. Disgusting foul from the start, but don't worry. We are the home of the Huge Tits ball. Yeah. Woo! We are the home of the Huge Tits parlay. Hello, YouTube.com or wherever you're listening to this, iTunes, Spotify. We're still waiting on those 5 stars, but yeah, apologize. And that's all on my co-host that did not realize that we had I think he poisoned the set personally. He's been disgruntled over the past few weeks. He's been out in nature a lot. Look, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby swinging maple syrup Dant, AKA Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Oh boy. Oh, we gotta have a little powwow. We gotta have a little powwow in a second here. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the UFL Gambling Podcast. This background that you saw earlier, and the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. He's been known to poison cornfields over there in Ireland. Iowa, same difference. Give it up for Justin Mark, aka No Turn JMark. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I wish I was chilling in Ireland. That'd be pretty sweet, but I'll take Iowa. Doing good. Camped for the weekend out in the cold. Friday night, some of the people got all freaked out because they heard a pack of coyotes go by. They were yipping like crazy. And it's like they're going to stick their head in a tent and bother you. They're just running by. Calm down, people.
Yeah. They're smelling that. They're smelling that fear, right?
They're smelling the killer CFL picks. That's what they're smelling.
Well, I was about to say, we've been talking pre-episode, maybe 10 minutes. And so on Friday night in college football, I was bragging, talking shit like I prefer to do in life. And I hit Virginia on the money line. I had Virginia plus 7 points. Virginia stormed the field, upset Florida State. I also had Arizona State minus 2.5. They come back. They win by 3. I then had Oregon State plus 12.5, but I also had Oregon State money line, which at the time looked like it was going to hit. They had a game-winning field goal blocked, and Houston won in overtime. But still, I had the points in that hit, so I had a pretty fire night. I was touting, and some fucking idiot jumps in my fun and says, "But you lost the Calgary Stampeders, right?" Because I took Calgary against Montreal. Did not mention that we hit on the over, or I hit on the over. I can't remember what you did.
I did as well. Yes.
So I technically went 1-1 in the CFL. Just shit on me for the Stamps pick, but you got to watch it when you poke the rhinoceros. All right, known as Pick Dundee, not poke the bear. You poke the fucking rhinoceros, right? Because then the Toronto Argonauts hit. Then the under hit in that game, which I was on. Then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers hit. Then the under hit in that game, which I was on. Then the Eskimos hit. Then the fucking total hit in that game too. And I sat there with 7-1. 7-1 in CFL plays this past weekend. Now my huge tits parlay did not hit because of the stamps, but you see what happens when they talk shit. And I noticed you were out there, Mr. Nature Boy, out there with your pack of hyenas or whatever the fuck you were calling them, right? You come in, you were quiet. Didn't even mention my 7-1 performance.
Well, I didn't realize it until you said it, but Calgary lost. I told you, I warned you about Montreal on that one. I warned you, Davis Alexander undefeated as a starter. That's impressive. I mean,
it is true.
Professional football on all levels. That's pretty impressive.
It is also impressive to be a football player named Davis, but, look, Paul, shout out to Paul in the chat. Do you still think the Argos are winning the Grey Cup?
I never thought that. If that helps.
I mean, did I say that like jokingly?
You teased it preseason, I believe.
I thought I had Calgary winning the Grey Cup.
I think you sprinkled a little on a couple different guys. Calgary was your.
I think I had Calgary, Toronto, and Hamilton. So once again, picking the low hanging fruit. No, but I think I was fucking with you over the past couple of weeks, saying they're going to win it all. They're going to win it all. So maybe you're getting it. So that's part of me doing shtick, because I know JMark hates Toronto that much.
And I went 5-3, not 7-1, but still respectable. 5-3 overall. So I'll take that. We're still on the winning side. We're not giving out losers over here.
Because we aren't losers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
As much as the chat wants to call us bozos, call us idiots. All right. Paul says you said that too. Yeah. I mean, look, Paul, a lot of it is because I know he hates. It's kind of like how I praise every quarterback he hates. I know you probably don't listen to our UFL show, but JMark, in my opinion, has hilarious hatred for certain people.
I do.
It seemed like PJ Walker might have got on that list somehow this season in CFL, but so we kind of fuck with him. I know he hates the Argos, so that makes me kind of suggest they're going to win it all every time he deploys that hate. You know what I mean? Then I go, no, this team's going to win it all. I don't think I was ever truly of the opinion that the Argos were going to, especially in the season, maybe preseason. But in the season, I don't think I ever really meant that the Argos are going to win the championship based on their play this year. Maybe you missed the joke.
Pretty sure you said Nick Arbuckle is the best quarterback in the league.
I do say that because I say that to fuck with you. I go, we know he's the next Broadway Joe. So I will not back from that. Paul says, I listened to the UFL show. I hate Mike Nolan. I don't think he's a very good coach, but I mean, I actually kind of like the fact that he was the last to wear a suit and tie in the NFL before that filthy fucking league made him change that. You can't wear a suit and tie, even though our whole league's built on this shit. I don't have any resentment. I mean, I don't think he's a very good football coach, but I don't know that I would say I hate Mike Nolan. Maybe for taking out Bryce Perkins when I have him in DFS. I think that was part of the frustration too.
Yeah.
Is like Danny Etling kept coming in or whoever the fuck over the years. You're like, good God, why would you do this when you just see a way better player nonstop? But seems like that's
repeatedly call him the dumbest coach because he kept starting Danny Etling over Bryce Perkins, which, to be fair,
I think that qualifies. That's quite dumb. Shout out to Channing Brown in the chat. But I wouldn't say I hate Mike Nolan. On certain days I would say maybe I said that though, because it's incredibly frustrating when you have the best player in the league. Just it's like you didn't see the Bulls decide, hey, let's throw Michael Jordan at the sixth man. You know what I mean? Like you have the best, and I am comparing Bryce Perkins to Michael Jordan, by the way, right? For the league's sake, Bryce Perkins is way better than everybody in the UFL for the most part. And that's why isn't he back on an NFL roster? I thought I saw him get signed somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Well, that explains a lot right there. I feel like we have been vindicated. All right. So, all right, folks. Want to tell you the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by us. Yes, we are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. So what are you doing? Download the SGPN app in the App Store for easy free access to all of SGPN's picks and podcasts. You get it all in one place. It's free. So download the SGPN app and remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. All right, we are back on the CFL Gambling Podcast. Want to react a little bit to a week ago. Yeah, we ate shit on the stamps. We kind of already touched on this, and Davis Alexander set. Oh yeah, me. You know, it's funny. As CJ hit me up yesterday, and was like, "How's that future looking?" And I go, "We're still at the 2 seed in the West," but I was like, "Yeah, they're not the hottest team in the league right now." And I go, "Did you take the win total over like I locked up?" And he goes, "Nah, that +1 or that -110 wasn't juicy enough for me for an all season bet. So I went only all in on the 35-1 to win the Grey Cup." And I'm like, "Well, we're still alive. We're still alive. All right. We haven't been blazing the past couple weeks. So yeah. Anyway, how concerned are you on these stamps, by the way?"
Yeah, I mean, Vernon Adams looks like he's regressed a little. I mean, he came out and looked great, but now it looks like he regressed a little. So I'm a little concerned. The defense is not playing top tier anymore. But the potential is still there. I mean, we've seen what this team can do. We've seen them, they go against great teams, or I guess historic teams like Winnipeg, Zach Klaus, and they crush them. So they have the potential to still win the Grey Cup. They need to focus a little bit more. Get focused.
Yeah. I mean, he was 19 of 29, 238, a touchdown and a pick. Dominic Rhymes though, DFS play. How about that? Huh? 5 for 83. Just couldn't get pay dirt though. Come on. Montreal, are they the best team in the East?
If now that Davis Alexander is back, I think so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Argos, they lost to BC, but I covered. Right. And these Argos are hanging tough.
Real quick, just to touch note on that last game before we move on. Did you have Shea Patterson to get 3 touchdowns on your bingo card? Because what?
Not even in his life.
3 rushing touchdowns. I know he's just the short yardage back or quarterback, and that's how he got it. But still, just seeing him as the short yardage guy, from a guy that's basically been a lawn chair, is hilarious to me.
He was he might have been pre-Mike Nolan, but he was a Michigan Panther, stinking it up there at Ford Field. Yeah, I mean, BC 27, Toronto 22. How about Winnipeg? You got cute with your little Hamilton play. Winnipeg 40, Hamilton 3. Yeah. And then the Eskimos, once again, I told you, Saskatchewan's, they waved the white flag, and the Eskimos are playing themselves back into playoff contention with a 27-25 win. So right now, JMark, you look at the playoff race, you have Saskatchewan, they've clinched 10-4. Calgary at the 2 seed this is the West I'm referring to, 8-6. The 3 seed Winnipeg 8-7, but remember Calgary has beaten Winnipeg 3 times this year. The 4 seed BC 8-7. I'm terrified that Calgary could miss the playoffs. By the way, Edmonton at the 5 seed at 6-9, but still mathematically they're alive. They're still alive.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes. Then in the East, Hamilton has clinched. They're 9-6, but I don't know how much. I mean, they've clinched the playoffs, but they have not clinched the 1 seed because Montreal right on their ass at 8-7, and then Toronto is 5-10, but still alive with Ottawa right on their arse at 4-10. What do we got? 3 weeks left of this shit. I think technically 4 weeks, right?
4. Yep. 3 after this week. So yeah, 4 total.
All right. I want your playoff predictions right now. Who the fuck is missing in the West?
Oh man. It's so hard to call because Winnipeg should make it, but it seems like they're a different team every other week. You know, sometimes they come out and they win this 40-3 type game, and then others they look like ass.
Winnipeg's off this week.
They're off this week. They have Edmonton next week, which
that's an elimination game, right? Though, if Edmonton needs that, Edmonton, I guess theoretically could, but you know, I guess if they were to lose this, you would think it's pretty much an elimination game. I would say. Then what do they have after that? They have a Saskatchewan, but that's in Winnipeg too.
Yeah, and Saskatchewan having locked.
Now the Montreal game, the final week though, could be tricky.
Yeah,
but if they go 2-1 there, which you probably think they would go 2-1 there, they would end the season there at what 10-7. How does that make sense? Right, 17 weeks. How does that make sense? Did I fuck up a game?
They would be 10-8.
10-8. Oh yeah. My bad. So that would probably put them in. So are you gonna stamp them in?
Fuck it, let's do it. I mean, BC, if they win this week, I think BC gets in. This is a huge game for BC because then they're off, and then they have Edmonton, which should be a winnable game.
But and very well could be eliminated by then too. Edmonton.
True. Yeah. Yep. So for me, it all rides down to this BC Calgary game this week. If BC wins that, I think they leapfrog Winnipeg. They have their bye week and they win out.
Well, here's the worst part about having the Calgary ticket, man, is Calgary after this game. Now, a huge game for them to win. It's on the road in BC. Then they head to Hamilton, and I think Hamilton's still playing for something.
Yeah.
Right. Then they're hosting Toronto, who I still think will be playing for something. And then they're at the Eskimos the final week, where I think there might be some value on like they'll be eliminated by then. Edmonton will be, but Calgary has the hardest of the 3 paths. This is why I'm terrified of this 35-1 shit. That's why we got to win Saturday. All right, we got to win Saturday. So gun to your head right there. Who's the odd man out?
It's going to be BC.
Yeah.
I think when you get towards the end of the season here, everything comes down to defense. And if you look at Calgary, Winnipeg, and BC, they have the weakest defense. I know the statistics don't necessarily show that. I realize it keeps showing they're a good defense, but I truly think out of those 3 teams, they are the worst defense.
Okay, now let's talk about the East.
It's locked up, I think. I don't know the seeds, but it's going to be Hamilton and Montreal.
Yeah, you think so? What? Because no one's been eliminated yet.
I know, which
because
is crazy, but
wait,
let's be honest here.
Hold on here. So, because also Toronto could get 3 in the East technically if BC like loses out maybe. I don't know the tiebreaker scenario, but so Toronto this week host Hamilton rivalry game, right? So if Toronto was to win that, then they would put them right back. Do they also play Montreal? Is that why? Wait, they play Saskatchewan the next week. That's nice for Toronto, even though it's at Saskatchewan, and then at Calgary, and
they're off.
This is a huge game this week then, right?
Yeah, they're done.
Ottawa, how are they not eliminated yet?
I think they are. I just think they're not showing it. They got to be eliminated.
They have Saskatchewan this week, Montreal next week. They play Montreal twice. That's why, I think.
Oh, and then Hamilton again. So if they won out, they would be 8-10, and that would be 2 losses to Montreal. So yeah, if they won out and Montreal loses out, they could be in.
Yeah.
Craziness.
So I kind of want to root for it now, even though I hate that team, you know? Shout out to Ride in the chat. In my books, Ottawa, Edmonton, and Toronto are done playing for pride and already next year's country there. So interesting. Wait, is that like official though, or is he just saying in his book like of the season? Or are you saying at your books you can't take a future on them anymore, or are you saying in your own book that you're writing for this season? That's.
I assume he means the books that he bets on. They won't allow you to bet them anymore.
Okay.
I'm checking mine as well here. It's trying to load.
Paul's saying BC out. They have a sick offense. Well, they could easily be in too, dude. I don't know. It seems to be they're the hottest team right now, right? To a certain extent offensively. But that's another thing, man, as you look at the numbers, they have the number one offense in the league, dude, by a large margin. I mean, they're scoring, or they're putting up 30 more yards of offense every game than any team. They're also scoring more points than any other team. And then you look at the defensive rankings, they're number one in defense. It's amazing if they would miss the playoffs. So I guess by that theory, Paul, you are onto something there. Should be a fascinating. I hate the 3 games this week. Yeah. So FanDuel has everything. Everyone's available still.
Yep. Those last 3 at 25
so that's telling you if they're mathematically still eligible, right?
Yeah, or they just want to take advantage of dumb people.
Yeah, that's true. Consider me one. Argos, right? I'm joking.
Weird. It just changed. Argos 25-1, Edmonton 60-1, and Ottawa 100-1. I'm assuming they're tuned into our show, and they just went, "Oh, these guys said this. Let's change that," because it literally just changed.
Makes a lot of sense.
We're watching FanDuel.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's jump into this, man, because I'm excited, but I am not super excited for the first game. Well, I guess now I am. If you're telling me Ottawa still got a chance because they play Montreal twice and Hamilton once. Saskatchewan at Ottawa. Friday night. There's only 3 games this weekend, unfortunately. The Rough Riders are laying 3.5. The over under at 53.5. I mean, this I have to take the points here, dude. Why should Saskatchewan try? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I disagree with it, but I know what you mean.
I hate Ottawa. You know I don't like playing Ottawa. I'm still mad at the coach bitching about the late hit on his quarterback after he did an abrupt slide. Bob Dice. But I think it's the play. Give me the Red Blacks plus the 3.5. I'll take the under 53.5. What are you doing here?
I'm going with Saskatchewan. You know, they lost last week to Edmonton, and I think they realize we can't just wave the white flag yet. We still want that number 1 seed. We still want to go out on a win streak. We don't want to go into the playoffs as losers, especially to teams that are inferior to us. So I think they kind of look at that as a learning example of shit. We need to keep our foot on the gas, and they win the game handedly. They have something to prove. Like we're not going out that way. So give me Saskatchewan in the 3.5. I like the under though. I think this will be low scoring affair, 23-17-ish.
You said give me Saskatchewan in the 3.5. Lay the 3.5 is what you meant. Yes. This guy cooking the books over here. It was a 5-point game the last time they played back in June. Saskatchewan did win by 5. So if there's any merit to that, that would make sense. I'll be honest, this is the game I want to see least because the next 2 games are heat. But the problem is,
did you say over or under? Sorry,
I actually said under. What'd you say?
I said under as well.
Yeah,
23-17.
Yeah, I think it'll be a defensive battle. Then on Saturday, we have the Hamilton Ticats heading to T-Dot to take on these Argos. You can make a case this, I think we think the Vernon Adams return to Vancouver is the best game, but if Toronto's still alive here, which I believe they are, this is a rivalry game. And B, it's not like Hamilton's looking great lately. Someone that has a Hamilton future that kind of reminds me of the Calgary future I have down the stretch. You're just like, kind of terrified of this game personally. But Hamilton's laying 1.5, the over under 57.5. And I believe in chaos. So I will take the Toronto Argonauts there in T-Dot to take down Hamilton at BMO Field or whatever the fuck it's called now. So you can keep your filthy 1 point. Toronto's winning this thing on the money line, just to ruin. Just to look, they got to make the final weeks interesting. All right, so Toronto gets this one 57.5. Give me the over. By the way, what are you doing here?
First of all, shout out to landscaper Bob checking in between lawns. That's a guy that knows what a zero turn lawnmower is. First of all, I think the play of this game is the over. These two have faced off and it's just points after points. Neither of them can stop the other. It's whoever has the ball last, it feels like. So I like the over, even though it's 57.5. I know that's high, but give it to me anyways. But I'm on the opposite side here. Hamilton is the better team. And so I think they win this one. It's close, but it's not 1.5 points close. You're going to see like a 44-41 type shootout game.
If they were the better team, would you say they should have won the last time they played on September 1st when Toronto won 35-33?
Which proves my point. Take the over. But yeah, they let Toronto have that one so they could have this one at the end of the year, the one that matters more. So yeah, give me Hamilton.
Is this the best game on the slate?
This is going to be, if you like offensive points and shootouts, this will be the one to watch. Yes. I think the next game's the best one.
Well, just the whole rivalry here, you know, if you know, these two teams have been playing each other like since like, I forget what it was, like 18 something. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, the game of the night, perhaps, or the game of the week, is the Calgary Stampeders heading into, and it added on drama with VA returning to the town. He probably went through a lot of pussy. So that right there, BC fucked them up just a couple weeks ago. 52-23. So now you get a revenge spot, but Calgary has been terrible down the stretch here. BC laying 3.5, the over under at 55.5. First off, you have to say the over is going to hit here, right? They scored 52 alone last time they played. But then you have the other drama. I mean, whether it's VA or whether it's Dave Dickinson, who obviously played for the BC Lions for quite a while there, won a Grey Cup. What was it? 06 maybe, I think it was. So a lot of drama riding here, but this is where we get up. Stamps are covering this thing. The over is definitely hitting, by the way, at 55.5. I can't see a world where this thing is not hitting on the over. I know it seems so obvious that you're terrified, but yeah, give me the Stamps plus 3.5. I'm playing the money line too, dude. They need this win so bad. This is the true revenge. You got all your little girlfriends there, right? From yesteryear. I know how this works. I had a buddy that was a ball boy for the Washington Bullets, and he would tell me when Iverson would come through, he'd have like, because remember Iverson played at Georgetown, he'd have like 5 of his girlfriends there, and then he would tip the ball boy a crazy amount of money to like spread them out, make sure there's no way that paths connect. Go get their drinks, take that drinks. If they ask any questions, say no, that's somebody else. That's how it works. But you want to play good in front of familiar vagina. So VA revenge. Let's go. What are you doing here?
We need a t-shirt in the merch shop that says that you want to play good in front of familiar vagina. Maybe that won't pass. Just to fact check you on the last game there, when you said how old the rivalry is, this is especially to my wife's family and some friends who go, they have Canadian football. The first game between the Hamilton Ticats and the Toronto Argonauts was on October 18th, 1873. 3.
Fucking incredible. That's what I'm saying.
In Canada, and they have for a very, very long time. Get the fuck out of here with that question.
Yeah, dude. That's why these idiots that just say you could watch the CFL. It's like this shit's been awesome for a long time. Same way college football. College football, 1860s, late 1860s. You got Harvard and Yale and Rutgers and shit all playing, Princeton, all playing right around that same time, a little bit before. But it runs deep.
How many people think that football started and ends with the NFL? It's ridiculous. I love the NFL. You know that. I host a podcast on the NFL, but
disgusting.
That's not the NFL.
Not your podcast. The league. Did you see the landing zone Thursday night shit? By the way,
no, I didn't.
I didn't either. But CJ let me know. So apparently, I don't watch the NFL. I know you were out camping with your goddamn fucking camouflage. You know what I mean? Hunting, whatever the face,
freaking other
whatever the fuck you're doing. There's people at a goddamn national park, and you run into this idiot, right? So I guess the Seahawks Cardinals games, and maybe the chat would know better than me, but CJ was telling me that they didn't kick the ball so the ball was a half yard short of the landing zone.
Yeah.
So they got the ball at the 50.
At the 50?
So it was like overtime. In overtime, I think. I don't know exactly. Like I said, I didn't watch the game.
Made up.
Is that a thing? I don't even know the rules in the NFL. So it's like, but it missed the landing zone by a yard. So the opposing team, which having a landing zone in general is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life.
Agreed.
What are you flying a helicopter? What the fuck is this? Right? Anyway, just cracks me up that a game was decided potentially on a landing zone. This game's awesome though.
Yeah. So I hate to play both sides of the ball here, but I'm going to play both sides of the ball. I'm taking Calgary plus 3.5 because I think
bitch made punk.
I'm sorry. What's that?
You're
Say
good.
it again.
I'm taking Calgary plus 3.5 because I think this is a 3-point game. I don't think they win it. I think BC on the money line, but I'm not going to play the money line straight up. So give me Calgary plus 3.5. Again, it's a 3-point game. They lose by 3. Their season is crushed. Our tickets are crushed. This is the straw that's going to break the camel's back there.
In front of all that scattered ass he used to get.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No. Nathan Rourke gets a terrible knee injury.
Wow.
Tanya,
you're gonna feel like shit if that actually happens.
Tanya Harding style. Some crazy fan named Pick Dundee runs out there with a hatchet. I'm joking. Nancy Kerrigan style, by the way. Harding was the one that made figure skating cool for a minute. Yeah, the over is a smash play though, right?
Yes, I'm also on the over.
All right, so we're all over the place here. All right, we got to lock one of these games up. Which is the one you feel most confident with? It's actually probably the over in that game. I'm going to say the over in the Calgary BC game is probably the most. I like the over in this game too, though.
Yeah. I like the over in both of them, but I'm going to say Hamilton. If I'm picking a side here, Hamilton minus 1.5. Toronto's trash. Fuck them.
Go Argos, win the Grey Cup, Paul. Right, they're live to win the Grey Cup. All right, it's time to. We are the home of something I it's near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I want to let you know that the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football. And everything else. Their prop builder second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. I'm watching the Tigers, Indians right now play baseball. Go Tigers. You can get in there and bet on that right now. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag. And when you do use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And since Novig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig's available in 35 different states. So download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get it on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right. We are the home. I take great pride, great responsibility, with the honor of being the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. It's on my resume. Creator of the Huge Tits Parlay. But I haven't had one cash this year, and I felt really sad. Especially, it's almost hard to not cash one when you went 7-1 last week. But I did manage to not cash a Huge Tits. The tits have been small, and they've been rare this season for Pick Dundee up in Canada. Last season, not the case. I hit Huge Tits. But this is it. We're in the final 4 weeks of the season. So, what I am telling my good fan base here, my loyal fan base, is that we are going to make some money here. And I'm actually going to load up DK right now because I want to get my clientele the best odds that they can get. All right. On cashing their first, if you follow Dundee, their first Huge Tits parlay.
Whoa.
Yeah. I know you've been, the tits have been bouncing over there in Iowa. All right. But, so we have 3 games. So you got to get creative here, but I'm going for the largest pair of tits you ever seen. All right. We are going Ottawa Red Blacks money line. Parlay with the Calgary Stamps money line. And then we will take the over Hamilton, Toronto 57.5 parlayed with the over Calgary, BC 55.5. You put $50 on that and you are making $1,074.15. Welcome to the CFL Gambling Podcast and the home. How did I forget? The home of the Huge Tits Parlay. Yeah, we have that. Yeah. We have the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. Yeah. Huge Tits. Huge Tits. We are the home of Huge Tits. We are the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. All right, JMark, where are you going with your Huge Tits Parlay?
He practices that in front of a mirror, people. Let's give a round of applause. Yeah, so you have like the Saturday night special at the strip club type titties that you gave out. Mine's more like Wednesday for brunch.
at the strip club or like at the Sam Goody? Do they still have Sam Goody? I don't know.
I never even heard of it, so that was not an Iowa thing. So
no way. Hold on, I gotta see. Do they still have Sam Goody?
Well, while you're looking that up, mine is not quite as fruitful as yours. Saskatchewan -3.5, Hamilton, Toronto over 57.5, and BC money line. Like I said, Calgary's covering, but BC's winning. $50. It only pays you $276, but $276 are respectable. They're B's. B's are respectable. That's fine.
Oh boy, yes, those are respectable, but my heart is broken because in February of 2025, the final Ohio location for Sam Goody is gone.
What is a Sam Goody?
That is it's like an old school record store. Named after founder Sam Goody Gudowitz, who started in New York City there. True American story right there. Now,
there was one in Waterloo and Oskaloosa, Iowa.
Well, I believe there's still one actually active as of March 2025 in Oregon. So now we know why you went to Oregon.
It's in search of the last Sam Goody.
Unbelievable.
I didn't even know existed, but yeah.
Sometimes, how old are you again?
I am 38. I do have many records, but I have never shopped at a Sam Goody.
Wow. What about?
I have a pretty cool
What about Tower Records? You heard of that?
Where?
Tower Records?
Yeah. I know Tower Records.
We used to have one called Waxy Maxis.
Oh, I like that name. I mean, catchy.
We got to talk about the lack of your huge tits parlays have been very slow, very very small at times this year.
However, two of them have, I think 2 or 3 have hit. So I know at least 2, maybe 3 have hit. So, you got to take the small ones when you get them, Colby. Small titties better than no titties.
That very true.
I've always said that.
Very true. All right. Believe that is in the deleted pages of the Bible. All right. And look, we have cashed that, and there, just in case people, there we go for your clickbait. It was still brought to you by Pamela Anderson, even though those tits deteriorated some, from what I understand. We're still brought to you by them, and we still have no update on who won the huge tits.
I looked it up. I forgot the name. You should look it up. There's a story. It's got all of them in a row there. You can check them all out.
How was the talent?
Some of them very convincingly younger Pam Anderson. Some of them obviously shooting for the older Pam Anderson.
That's these days you can't offend anybody. So when 75-year-old shows up there, I get it. But let's get to the DFS part of this, because we are going to dominate right now.
DFS I felt good about.
Okay. Well, let me load up this lineup here, but it's called the contest. DraftKings, we're still saying you are complete cowards when it comes to this, because yeah. I mean, the fact we're throwing good hard-earned money in there, and first place wins like $200. What the fuck is that? I mean, come on. I mean, we can't get this thing up to at least a G. Minimum base should be $1,000. At the quarterback spot, I went with the guy. He's back in front of many, probably a lot of fake tits, because they're all coming to the game. They're in Vancouver, and that is Vernon Adams. He's going to be in front of him. He wants to perform well as a player, but also sexually later in the night. So Vernon Adams at 9,800. What happened right there? You bounced off of that screen. I got it. I see. I know show business. The less you show of my face, the better we are. But
that's fair.
VA at 9,800. What are you doing at the quarterback spot?
You surprised me. Not the route I thought you were going. I thought you were going with your boy Arbuckle. And I circled the Toronto game, but on the opposite side, I went with Bo Levi Mitchell, and it's just because of how he has performed against Toronto in week 5 against Toronto, 36.3 points. In week 13 against Toronto, 30.2. So I think he's good for 30 points against this Toronto team. So give me Bo Levi Mitchell. He's 10,000. He's expensive, but he's proven that he can put up points against his team.
Yeah. Shout out to St. Stephen's Productions here, saying, what type of entry fee do you play for DFS? See, that's the thing we're complaining about, is more so this year than any year that we've done this, including UFL and USFL and XFL and whatever. This is pretty shitty. I would say it's the shittiest. So perfect example is the most you can do that I see right now, if you're not going head to head, is $100 entry, but $460 in prizes. What?
Yeah. So before I think the correlation was when the NFL kicked off. I think they changed it. I'm going to pay more attention to that next year to see when it changes. But before, your $15 entry is kind of the standard one I was following. And first place, I think, paid what was it? $5,000?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. It's always been in the thousands, but
yeah. And then it's been dropping slowly every week. Now, like the standard one looks like it's $8, but I think first place is 120.
like, what the fuck is that to have the first place? I mean, you're better off honestly, you're better off playing college or NFL.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's disappointing that they do that.
They didn't do this last year.
They dropped it some, but not this much. No.
Yeah. Just the return on it is terrible. You might as well just play the $1.
Yeah.
With the hope that first place gets, I'm assuming 150.
Find like a bunch of 50-50s or head-to-heads and do a couple different $1 ones just to make some money.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, in the middle of talking our lineups, but hope that answered your question for you there. But at the running back spot, I loaded up with I'm staying in this Calgary game. Dedrick Mills has been a stud. Greg Bell burned me last week. You pile of shit. You had me sneak that one in. So 7,500 Dedrick Mills. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on him as well. I looked at a lot of his how they did earlier in the year. We're at a time of the year where most of these teams have already played each other. His was just a couple of weeks ago. He played BC and put up 20.3 points, just showing that they struggle to stop the run. They struggle to stop Dedrick Mills. So yeah, give me Dedrick. I think he has another big game, even though I think they lose.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So we are hook, line, and sinker there. And then I am taking a shot on I loaded up on what's his first name? The kid from Purdue. Horvath. Is it? I want to say it was Zane Horvath.
It's something like that. It's a Z. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he has had some fire games lately. Mainly 2 weeks ago when he had 12 rushes, 152 yards, including a 70-yard touchdown to the house. Alexander Horvath, I think, right? I can't remember. But last week, only 4 attempts for 25 yards. But he also has gotten in the receiving game some. So that's the logic here is you're hoping that this guy can get some catches because he's been doing that some this year as well. Yeah. Zane Horvath or whoever the fuck Horvath for why can't I remember? This is when you do too many shows. I'm like, there's a Horvath that played for Duke.
Xander. So yeah. You said Zane and then Alexander. You were pretty close there.
There's
Xander
a quarterback Horvath for Navy, right? There's a lot. There's way too many Horvaths out there right now for me to properly be a fucking host. What are you doing here?
Yeah, so my most expensive wide receiver, I'm putting him with Bo Levi because he's proven again, looking at historical this year, that Toronto can't stop him. That's Kenny Lawler. He's 9,700. He's expensive. But if you look at what he's done against Toronto, 47.7 and 36.3, insane numbers. They can't cover him. I'm banking on that repeating. So give me Kenny Lawler.
What was his price?
9,700.
You're spending big money.
I am. And I had to get creative towards the end of my lineup to make it work, but I was good with it. 40 and 30 some points. You got to have him.
I think you just convinced me to switch off this Horvath character. I'm mad at these Horvaths and load up a receiver. All right. I think you just sold me on this. I also rostered Justin McInnis, who's one of the best wideouts in the league. He 10,100, but put him on my damn roster because he can play. Used to be VA's number one. So yeah, Justin McInnis 10,100, and I'll add him to Lawler as just elite wideouts right there. Did you roster McInnis?
I did not roster McInnis. But I do. That reminds me that I took a 2-point lead against you in our bourbon battle.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Just had to throw that out
That means
there.
we better be betting something this week. We only have 4 weeks in the playoffs left. Damn it.
I'll give out my next price wide receiver. We'll see if you have somebody on this team that's not this guy, and that's Kevin Mattal. He's one of those guys that shows up. He only had 11 points the last game against Hamilton, but he had 27.4 that first one. Toronto, we know, is going to throw the ball. We know that Nick Arbuckle is going to connect with these receivers. And so I'm banking on Kevin Midal to get me points. He's 8,000, a little pricey, but I think he's going to do all right.
Well, you want to go against McGinnis? That's up to you. But
We're shooting for the same team, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know though. I'm trying. I don't have anyone in that range there, so I don't know what to tell you there, pal.
Do you have a BC player? No.
Yeah, him. McInnes.
McInnes. I'll go against McInnes with my BC player. I'll give him out next.
Why don't you just go right now? Just save the drama for tomorrow.
All right. And only because I got this 2-point lead on you, I'll be a little generous.
Ah.
Give me Stanley Berryhill. He's only 5,300. But I mean, he's a guy that's been getting involved. He's been steady for points so far. He had 8.1 against Calgary a couple weeks ago. I'm hoping for the 8 to 10 range there. He's scored as high as 18.5, 20, 19.9. That was on a 3-game stretch. In week 1, 31.5. So I'm banking on one of those higher scoring games, but at 5,300, I'll take the 8 to 10 range.
Oh, I like this. We got a battle going on here. Okay, there we go. That's going to catch me up to 1, and then I'll beat you next week, or we could do maybe even 2 this week.
I told the wife you're going to be owing me a bottle of bourbon. She's like, good.
We'll see. Long season here. I'm looking for a wideout on Toronto. Deep in this field right now, as I've changed my lineup just a bunch now, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Who's the one you got?
I got one for 4,300, and no, he doesn't contribute a ton in the passing game, but you got to remember in the CFL DFS you get return yard points. And so last time they played Hamilton, he had 6.1, 14.2 the first time. He's been steady for almost at least 6 points every single game, just in return yards. That's Janorian Grant.
Yeah, I was thinking about him before.
I'm feeling a touchdown this week. He's returning one for a touchdown. It's been so close.
Sold.
He's getting one this week.
Sold. And then that leaves me with, jumping in on, so the question is for me with my next wideout, do I go, a guy that's kind of been a dud for me this year in Shamar Bridges? This is a guy that, I guess he did get 4 targets last week, 4 for 41, caught every single thing thrown to him. But do I go him or do we go with Brissett from Toronto, who only got 2 targets last week, just 1 catch for 11 yards. But man, Brissett, I can't get over the fact that he had 86 yards the last time he played Hamilton. He had 118 also prior to that. Who do you think the better play is, Bridges or Brissett? You're on mute, brother.
I'm telling you to go Brissett on mute. I think that this is going to be a game of a lot of points. They're going to need to throw the ball. And so I think you grab Brissett. That's just my opinion.
All right. I'll listen to this guy, even though he's got 2 battles of bourbon. I think he's full of shit. He's camping. But who else you got left? I got a defense.
Just defense for me as well.
I went with I went with the Red Blacks, but now I have $200 more, so I can get with the Stamps. No, I'll stick it with I'll stick with the Red Blacks against a team that has nothing to really play for. What'd you do?
I'm on the opposite side of that. I'm going with the best defense that's playing this weekend, and that's the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I do think that they want a little kick in the ass after losing that game. They want to say, hey, let's make sure we finish strong. So give me the Roughriders. I picked them first, so that's why I had to get creative towards the end there. They're 4,500, the most expensive, but I think they're going to be able to put up the points against this Ottawa team.
There we go. All right, folks, that does it. I will beat him. We'll be within 1 battle of bourbon. and then I will win next week. And by the time we get to the Grey Cup, I'll be up 4 bottles of bourbon.
And there will be no chance for me. I'll just have to be picking opposite of you just to try to catch up.
Let's fucking go. All right. Give JMark a follow on Twitter at JMark Football. Subscribe to his Small Tits Parlay if you'd like. Check out the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. Check out the UFL Gambling Podcast. We think there's going to be a season. Also, I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The CFL Gambling Podcast is on Twitter at CFL Gambling Pod. Don't forget YouTube.com/@CFL Gambling Pod. Hit that like and subscribe button. God damn you people.
By the way, there will be a season. I texted a UFL coach the other day. There's going to be a season.
You texted a UFL coach?
I got connections,
What
man.
the hell happened? You were backpacking out in fucking Oregon. You ran into who?
It was before that.
Tony Meatball? Yeah?
Yeah.
How the hell
Got
are you
old Tony Meatball's number now.
I don't want to know.
I'll tell you the story offline.
All right. Folks, take care. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and see you out there. Enjoy the weekend, Saturday's game specifically. But till next time, this is the CFL Gambling Podcast. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.